Albino Heckelii, and that right there, I thought he nicked himself brushing against like the wood or something, or I thought maybe he ran against a rock or the wood, or somebody attacked him or something, and I started treating it with some Melafix and some stress guard and some salt. Like I said, I thought that was just with that, like an injury or something, but it looks like it's getting worse. So at this point, I have to consider, I just have no choice but to consider that maybe it's Heximita, hole in the head. But this is the worst case that I've seen. Even my Oscars didn't have it like this. This just looks bad, and so I'm going to have to treat it as such. So now I'm going to switch plans. I'm doing today's maintenance water day change, water change day, maintenance day. So I'm going to drain the water down. I'm going to scoop him out, put him in a hospital tank, and start treating him for Heximita. That's the plan on this guy right here. I wish he'd turn around and let us see it again, but as you guys already saw, it looks pretty nasty.
Whew. That was hard to look at. That was terrible to look at. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hey fish family, welcome back to Tabarak Aquatics, and you just saw one sick fish that is in need. And anyway, welcome back to the channel. You're here in my fish room. Let me show you what happened.
We're gonna take a look if we can. Let's see. Nah, we can't. But anyway, so what I did was I netted that guy out when I realized that the problem had to be something else, and put him in a quarantine tank. Now for the first 3 days, every day for the first 3 days, I did a 50% water change in that little quarantine tank, and used some Melafix and some aquarium salt, just to make sure that no secondary infections or anything came about, because he was bleeding in that spot. I mean, it was horrible. He was gashed open. I really didn't expect him to survive, because at that time that's when I was having some losses, some mysterious losses, because I had lost another Albino Heckelii who had got bloat and died from bloat. So I was treating one in another tank and treating him in another tank. So the one that had the bloat real bad didn't make it, and this guy right here, he had the real terrible hole in the head. This is the one that I thought wouldn't make it, but he made it. So after the first 3 days of just treating the tank with Melafix, aquarium salt, and doing huge water changes, after those 3 days of doing that, what I did was, look at, he's grizzly, hard to look at, but he's doing well. So after that, what I started doing was dosing the tank with Seachem's Canaplex. Okay, so the Seachem's Canaplex is going to be one little scoop. They come with little, the medication comes with little scoopers for measurement, little tiny scoopers, little spoons like. So one little scoop or spoonful per 5 gallons is the concentration that I use. And every 48 hours, I did it 50 to 60%, and in some cases 70%. I was trying to go big with the water changes to make sure that I gave them nice fresh water, and also to make sure that I don't overdose with the medication. So after 48 hours, I dosed again, but this time I dosed with the Canaplex and the aquarium salt. And I did that every 48 hours for about 2 weeks. I was aggressively making sure that I could do the best I could do for this guy. And then after that, I just went with big water changes, aquarium salt, and then I started using the Seachem stress guard, okay, to help him heal. Just help him heal, get better. Then after I used the Seachem stress guard, And during that time, I was feeding him burn minimum because I didn't want to crud up the water, and he wasn't interested in eating anyway. He was trying to use all his energy to heal. So then I started feeding him, and I dosed his food with Canaplex as well. I wanted to make sure that I got the Heximita out of his system that was causing that hole in the head. And after dosing his food for, I guess, 3-4 days, then I just went on with just fresh water changes every 4 to 5 days, just keeping it fresh and clean. And light feeding, didn't want anything that was going to muck up the water. And, putting some CChem stress guard in there because that just helps with the healing process. So then after about a month or a little less than a month of that, yesterday I decided to go ahead and I was nervous, but I went on and reintroduced him to his tank, to his old tank and his old community, and he's doing well. Like I said, I'm surprised he made it. I just can't keep him in the hospital forever. So I reintroduced him to his old community, and immediately he started doing battle with mainly that guy right there. He's going battle with them, trying to secure his spot. But he hadn't lost a beat, and his finish looks good. He looks better taking care of than the rest of them, with the exception of the nasty hole in the head thing. But in any case, y'all, thanks for watching this. Just wanted to show stuff that's happening in here and how I deal with it. Thanks for watching.
All right, fish family. That's about it. I just want to show you guys the goings on, because it's never a dull day when you got a room full of fish. it's never a dull day, and that was just a little project I was working on, getting him back healed or whatever, get him back together. I didn't want to lose him. I just refused to. I spent a lot more money getting him healed than I spent on the actual fish, but I had him for so long, and he lasted with me for so long, and I had to see if the medication and everything was going to work, so I can have something to talk about. Well, anyway, there you have it. Thanks for sticking with me. Please leave a comment, leave a like as usual. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Any and everything you do concerning this, activity is going to help with growing my channel. Thanks a lot. Until next time, happy fish keeping. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.